Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Unity Halton Peel. We welcome you to our Sunday gathering with the Reverend Dr. Jane Simmons from out there west on the West Coast in the US of A. Together, let's center ourselves and think about the reason we're here and why we as Unity Halton Peel look forward to carrying on our mission in the future. And together, our mission is to lovingly inspire a transformation and be of service to the world. And I'll ask the Daily Word reader, I believe that's Evelyn, to read the word this morning. Thanks, Ev.
You're welcome. And the word for today is healing. Taking good care of myself supports my healing. Sometimes it's hard to say no to friends, family, work, church, or volunteer organizations I care about and want to serve. But when I'm overextended and depleted, I don't do my best, and I may put emotional, physical, or mental health at risk. Taking on too much and saying yes to every request may be a sign there is something deeper within me that is out of alignment and in need of healing. Perhaps I am feeling fear of judgment or a reluctance to disappoint someone. I heal when I slow down, pray, and welcome God's grace. I treat myself gently and make time for relaxation a priority. Secure in divine love, I know when to say yes, or for my well being, to kindly but confidently say no, not this time. And from Psalm 103, verses 2 and 3, bless the Lord, O my soul, and do not forget all his benefits, who forgives all your iniquity, who heals all your diseases.
Thank you, Evelyn. That was beautiful. A really good message this morning. And we're having trouble moving forward here. There we go. So our opening song is with Karen Drucker, the healing song.
Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Peace fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. God fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. God fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does.
All healing energy flows through me now. harmony, balance, vitality, that glorious wisdom that creates and sustains health is mine. I live in divine well-being now and always.
Yeah, 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 joy fills every cell in my body. Every cell is alive with love. I relax into the healing process. I allow spirit to do what it does. Joy fills every cell in my body, and I am well. I relax into the healing.
So, to center ourselves for the year 2025, we created this affirmation. We'll be looking at one for 2026. Together, we are Unity Halton Peel, are blessed with an abundantly thriving community. It is done, and so it is. During the month of November, our affirmation for the month is I am grateful. I am alive in the energy of gratitude. And while we are holding prayer and meditation during this month, we ask you to also consider including Unity of Edmonton and Unity Urban Ministerial School. And let's read together our November affirmations. Inner peace. I am at peace no matter where I am. Together, I am at peace no matter where I am. Strength. The strength of God moves through me in every breath. And together, the strength of God moves through me in every breath. Gratitude. All that I say and do is an expression of gratitude. And together, all that I say and do is an expression of gratitude. Prosperity. I have more than enough, and I am grateful. And together, I have more than enough, and I am grateful. World peace. I dedicate my Christ light to a world that is safe for everyone. And together, I dedicate my Christ light to a world that is safe for everyone. So, we have Reverend Dr. Jane Simmons with us this morning, as I mentioned. And Jane, I'll ask you to lead us in opening prayer and carry on with your lesson. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Patty. I'm delighted to be here. So let's take a look at what Charles Fillmore is saying here. There must be a letting go of old thoughts before the new can find place in the consciousness. And so we open ourselves to this moment of healing. This is a healing gathering. This is a time when we dedicate our Christ spirit to the blessing of our world. And how can we do that? And so we give thanks for this time together, for this wonderful work that we do, for these affirmations, for these practices, for the principles that we teach and learn in New Thought, for we know that they can change our lives, change our world. It's all about transformation as we become the change that we're seeking in the world. We add our peace, our joy, our beauty to this world. And so for each person gathered here, for those who were not able to be with us, we surround and enfold each one with our love, our blessing, our gratitude. And for this time together, we give thanks. And so it is. Amen. All right, let me share my screen. It's always so wonderful to be with you folks. I just always look forward to coming and visiting with Unity of Halton Peel and being with people of like mind, uh, my fellow Canadians. It's so good to be with you. And as you've heard, my talk title is New Wine. And I just want to say we're also talking about non-alcoholic wine here. Um, Kombucha, sparkling water, however it works for you in your life, mocktails, whatever. Um, but this word comes from words attributed to Jesus, of course, in Matthew and Mark. No one pours new wine into old wineskins, otherwise the skins burst, the wine's lost, the wineskins too. They are both lost, the wine and the wineskin. No, we have to put new wine in new wineskins. You know, in Jesus' time, wine was made by having baskets of grapes poured into a wine press, um, stepped on, and then the juice created from that was stored in clay jars in a cool, dry place for about 3 years. And the wineskins were made from goat skin. They were portable, they were flexible, but as they aged, they became very hard, very brittle, very stiff. And if this new wine, this 3-year-old wine, was poured into any one of these containers, well, it was still fermenting, it was still bubbling, and as it expanded, it would burst the old wineskin. So, this parable is a really brilliant metaphysical lesson on the need for us to keep our minds open to new thinking. See, you've probably all heard the saying that minds and parachutes both work better when they're open. We want to keep our minds open. An open mind allows new thoughts to bubble up, to take hold. It can accept the new wine and give it the container it needs to expand and to become something more. And if we're not imbibing new wine, well, we may be stuck in old wine, whine, Whine. Old wine says things like, well, this is how we've always done it here. Or why should I bother? Nothing ever changes. Or even worse, I'm stuck in what happened in the past. And in fact, I am defined by that wound. That's who I am forever. So when we're being run by the old wine, this rigid way of thinking, it's our unconscious programming. And it's really undergirded by beliefs that we've inherited or relational wounds that are unresolved. When we're doing that, we are using old wineskins. We're stuck in the old wine. Jesus was well acquainted with rigid ways of thinking, well acquainted. He was innovative. You know, this kind of rigidity was everywhere, but he was innovative. He had expansive thinking. He did things that were unthinkable. Healing on the Sabbath, unheard of. Claiming that he had a direct connection with God. What a blasphemer, they said. He taught the spirit rather than the letter of the law. And because of this, he was considered dangerous by the powers that be, the Pharisees. But the thing is, we all have the Pharisee within us. You know, I mean, don't we have some rigid thinking that limits us, that keeps us from expressing the depths of our true nature, who we truly are? Do we have a voice that points the finger at us whenever we think we've messed up in some way? Do you have that voice within you, that Pharisee? And to be clear, old wine, we're not talking about lamenting, honest lamenting. When we are going through something painful or we're suffering in some way, it's necessary, it's healthy for us to feel the feelings that arise from that. So lamenting has its place. You know, we want to be mindful of that. We want to allow what's coming up to come up. But when we get stuck there, when it becomes our typical state, when it becomes sort of the background of our lives, you know, it's a chronic thought pattern through which we view the world, and that becomes our lives. We're reusing the old wineskins. That's what we're doing. And that kind of limiting thinking keeps us penned in. we can't move forward. We're kind of stuck in the past. Did you know that the word hell is an Old English word, and actually it means to fence in? To fence in. So if you had cattle that you wanted to keep together in a herd, they would be corralled or held in. Held in. So we can keep ourselves held in and imprisoned, in fact, by negative thoughts about ourselves. How about, thinking of beliefs that were never good enough? If you have those kind of beliefs, self-criticism, self-judgment, self-condemnation, a steady diet of that is what hell is all about. See, I don't know about you, but I have those kind of thoughts that I have to really work with. And there, you can think of them as sour grapes, thought patterns. So we want to be on the lookout for these. And when the Pharisee within us starts dishing out any self-critical thoughts that say, well, I'm too old, or I always do the wrong thing, or I don't have what it takes to be successful, I'm never good enough. Now it's time for us to take action and realize, first of all, that we're stuck in old wine. So if we look at new wine, imagine that new wine is a new thought or a new life-affirming belief. Something like, I am worthy. There's a new thought. There's a nice one. I am worthy. Or I matter. Or I'm more than enough. So imagine how actually believing in your own value and worth could lead to a new life in really all different aspects of our living, whether it's relationships, job, our health, our prosperity, whatever. When I have a belief that I matter, that I'm more than enough, it will spill out into all of those areas for me. But if that new belief comes up against a rigid, inflexible container, like a mind that's not open to anything new, the new belief won't have a chance. It doesn't stand a chance. It can't expand. It can't grow into anything new. And so if it meets up with an unconscious, deep-seated pattern of belief, pattern of thinking that says I'm not good enough, that's going to stop a new belief right in its tracks. It comes up against this hard, belief that it just keeps it penned in, held in. And what happens is we'll hit that wall, not because this new wine is faulty, by the way, just because the container is not able to hold it. We have to work with that container. It's really important. So I want to start asking myself, what beliefs are imprisoning me? Oh yeah, so I forgot about this. It'll blow our minds, right? If we have this new belief hitting an old belief, it blows our minds. I had to get Kramer in there for a moment or two. So I want to ask myself, what beliefs are imprisoning me? Because they do imprison me. If I have a belief that I'm not good enough, I'm going to be imprisoned in that belief. And what forms, what structures are running my life? And are they serving me? Or are they restraining me, constraining me? So what's the container that I'm carrying today? Is it cracked? Is it rigid? Is it brittle? Is it leaking joy? Is it leaking hope? Is it leaking the possibility that Spirit intends for me to live? This joyfulness, it sort of seeps out. So how open am I to new insights, fresh possibilities, innovative ideas? These are the questions I want to ask myself and to really give honest answers. And when I find myself going over and over the same patterns, repeating the same old things I've said for decades, well, what do we call that? It's the definition of insanity, repeating the same things over and over, expecting a different result. So we want to really become mindful of our words, what we're believing and saying about ourselves, about others, about life itself. It's really important for us to really get clear on that. And we need to move beyond all these limiting beliefs that are currently running our lives. So you see how I can't do it can turn into I can do it. That's our goal here, right? Because when we release that negative belief, we want to make room for the new, for the more affirming, the life-affirming ones to rise up. We want to bring those beliefs into our world. We want to compost those sour grapes replace them with ripe ones. So, so we're talking about new thoughts, positive, uplifting beliefs. That's what we want to be putting into the container. And we grow, we evolve when we do that, when we let go of old, worn out attitudes and embrace newer, more expanded ones. So, what I want to say to you is measure your strengths, recognize your relevance. Remember your inner power, remember who you are, claim your freedom. Remember that all things are possible to them that believe. That is new wine thinking right there. And if we can really bring that into our lives, imagine how our lives could change. So how do we do that? How do we make these changes? Well, changing a belief system takes some work. Getting beyond these rigid, outworn thinking that may be holding us back from transforming our lives. Well, we first need to activate the inner power. We've already talked a little bit about this, and I loved it. We had Michael Gott singing about it. We have to use one of the 12 powers, our power of release. And we need to be willing to release those old thoughts, those old beliefs, those behaviors that we carry around, to say goodbye to the old wine. The word release is from a Latin word meaning to loosen, relax, loosen up, release anger, release negative thinking, because guess what? As we do, those things relax their grip on us. When I relax and loosen and let go of that, it no longer has a place to cling to me, right? And so, do you see that through the power of release, we are freeing ourselves? Because that which is hidden in the darkness grows like mushrooms. It's just under the surface there, and it's just multiplying. Bring it out into the light for healing. Bring it out. See it. Accept it. Bring it out. So these limiting beliefs, they're just simmering away beneath the surface of our consciousness, and they're doing it right now. The more we bring them out into the awareness, the less we're controlled by them. This is a really important point for us. Instead of having them operating under the radar of our conscious awareness, they cause way more havoc that way. When we bring them out into the light and see them for what they are, they start to lose some of their ability to send us over the edge. So the first step is to become aware of what is taking space in our mental realm. What's taking up all the room there? What are we giving free rent to here? And we want to, really become clear on that. And do we want them to continue? So we can ask ourselves some questions here. Where in my life am I repeating the same complaint, the same story, the same pattern over and over, expecting a different result? Where is that happening? What kind of things do I deal with over and over and over, where I think, I thought I was past this, and here it is showing up again? Really make note of what those kind of things are in your life. We also want to ask the question, what old container, whether it's my family of origin story, or whether it's the greater cultural assumptions and expectations. Maybe it's an unproductive routine that I'm just doing it all the time and not really thinking about it. What kind of things like that? What kind of belief systems do I need to let go of so that this new wine has room to expand and grow? So these questions, if you want to sit down and journal your answers to them, take some real time to answer these questions so that you start to become more aware of what is unconsciously, driving the bus here. And after getting clarity on those questions, now the third question has a chance to come forth. What new insight, what new awareness, new possibility wants to come through, wants to emerge through me? Now, can you feel the difference in that? Can you feel the excitement there? What new wine is ready to pour into my life? Charles Fillmore, Unity's co-founder, said, eliminate all negative thoughts that come into your mind, yet do not spend all your time in denials. Give much of it to the clear realization of the everywhere present and waiting substance in life. He's telling us something very, very important here. We want to start with the realization, the understanding, presence is always here, always here. No matter what our outer world may look like, God is here. Source is here, never leaves us, ever. And so we want to move to that knowingness as we're doing this work. Sink into that awareness that the divine is here now, right now in your life, always. And then ask that loving presence for help in doing this, in eliminating the negative thoughts. That, this is something I ask for help with because sometimes I can't let go of them. I ask for help. I have to be willing to let go of them. And if I'm not, I have to be willing to let go of them. So wherever we are in that process, ask the divine to hold you up, to help you with this, to help you with surrendering it to something greater than yourself. This is the real power that we have. And then, we don't want to just be letting go. We want to affirm what we want in their place. It's kind of like pulling weeds, right? You remove what you don't want, you plant what you do want. That's an important step. But it's not all that we do. That garden is going to need tending there. Fillmore also said, if you want to see love in your world, you have to be love. You want to see it, you got to be it. And again, we eliminate the negative thought, we replace it with a positive affirmation, but now we tend the garden as we start acting as if. Acting as if. How would your life be different if you knew without a doubt that this belief was true, this new belief was true? How would you act if you believed that you in your own value and worth? How would you act? What would you do? What would you say? How would you be? Start doing, saying, and being those things now. Act as if. Act as if. Become the change that you're seeking in the world. So we eliminate what we don't want, we affirm what we do, and we start acting as if it's true. So our responsibility here is really about trusting the always available energy of spirit, and awaken to when we're being run by these unconscious, deep-seated patterns. That's the work. Now, in order to do that, I want to challenge us all to participating in something that can really help us do it, and that is a 21-day positive mental attitude diet. Now, this time of year, many of us are up for shedding a few pounds, want those holiday outfits to fit us nicely, right? Well, this practice is about releasing the weight of negativity. Releasing the weight of negativity. And what this diet means is that for 21 days in a row, every time we come across some old whine, some rigid thinking, we stop and we address it. And I discovered a wonderful Buddhist practice for this. And it goes like this. First, you recognize that it's there, right? You recognize what's arising and you acknowledge it by, oh, there you are, anxiety or resentment or criticism or inadequacy or self-judgment, whatever is arising, there's a moment of recognition. Oh, there you are. And whatever it is, you stop and acknowledge it. Lovingly, by the way, lovingly greet whatever's arising. Oh, hello. Hello again, inadequacy. I see you're there. And now you want to bring the energy of compassion into the mix, acceptance, tenderness, because we want to embrace what's arising, accept it without this sense of judgment, without making it wrong or bad or, oh, here I go again, I'm doing it again. No, we want to open our hearts to ourselves with this deep kindness and caring. Now we ask ourselves, am I ready to relinquish this? Hopefully the answer is yes. If it is, now you can write a love letter, a goodbye love letter to whatever this is. First of all, giving gratitude for whatever the gift it's brought you in the past. Maybe it brought protection. Maybe it brought safety. Whatever it is, thank it for that. You can trust that there has been a positive reason behind it, in the sense that, if I criticize myself mercilessly, no one else can hurt me any worse. It could be that. But whatever it is, discover what's the positive sort of reason why it's shown up. Thank it for that and write the goodbye love letter, right? Um, and now surrender it to the divine. Surrender it to the divine, you know. Uh, and through that surrender, you will free yourself from its grip, from any beliefs or images or thoughts or actions that are preventing you from moving forward. Surrender it. Mail it to God, however you want to do that. And then we open up to what are the insights that this is bringing me. Welcome those insights. Wow, what have I learned here? What is something that this is showing me? What's the message that this emotion has been trying to give me all this time? And help me to find out what that is. And when I completely surrender to what's showing up in my life, trusting implicitly that God is present, knowing without a doubt that the benevolence of the universe has my back. Breathe that in. When I know that without a doubt, when I know that the benevolence of the universe wants nothing but my greatest good, here's what happens. I learn to bow to every experience as a gift. It might not feel like a gift, might be so well wrapped, it feels like a pain in the butt, but I learned to bow to the experience as a gift and make room for the new wine. Now, it takes 21 days in a row to create a new habit, whether that's a positive or a negative habit. So I invite you to adopt this for 21 days. Are you up for the challenge? From now till December 7th, I think that's 21 days. I didn't even check it on the calendar, but let's tighten our spiritual belts. Let's lose some mental weight together. Let's do that. Now, to be clear, I want to make sure we're all clear that this is not about being a spiritual or emotional bypass. It's not about minimizing any experience we may have of suffering at all. It feels very real. So we want to do this with the utmost compassion. But until we begin recognizing the blocks to our own happiness as these old wine error thoughts, we can't rise above them. We're at the mercy of them. They will continue to imprison us. But by working with them in this way, we can dissolve what is obscuring our wholeness. Dissolve what's obscuring our wholeness. Can you feel that? The truth is that our wholeness, our real identity, it runs far deeper than any cultural programming, any unconsciousness. Our spiritual nature is infinitely more real, more powerful than any social traits that we may have picked up, any limiting beliefs that we've, received along the way and learned along the way. That's learned behavior, all those things. But by consciously releasing, surrendering that which is holding us back, something really interesting shifts here. We start to speak from the edge. That's the way I've heard it said. From what wants to emerge, rather than being stuck in the past and just revisiting that over and over and over on a loop. Here I am again. Here I am again. We start to speak from what wants to emerge. It's a much different place. And when we give ourselves over to the divinity within us, we're functioning from a whole new place, a whole new place. It's an enlightened place of true freedom. So new beliefs demand new structures of knowing, new ways of being, new containers, new thought patterns, new ways of relating, new stories of ourselves. It needs an open vessel, not rigid, not fixed, flexible, ready. So we invite the new, we release what no longer serves, and we learn to lean into the great mystery of transformation. That's the work. And then we receive the new wine with openness, with gratitude. And it may feel risky because we might spill some, that can happen. But don't worry, the overflow is the blessing. It's what blesses us, it's what blesses our world, people around us. When this fresh wine is flowing, it invites others to partake, to join the merriment with us. So I invite us all to raise our glass, and to join me in toasting this new wine. And let me leave you with a blessing that I came across that I just love. May we have the courage to empty out what no longer serves. May we have, may we have the vision to hold this fresh ferment of the Spirit. May our wineskins be flexible, robust, ready. And may the new wine of transformation, love, awakening, flow through every one of us, blessing those around us, blessing our world. And so it is. So let's taste that wine as we go to meditation together. So we gather together in a field of shared presence. Feel that presence. Know that presence is always with us. The divine never leaves us. Always there, just awaiting our recognition. And so we willingly, lovingly, joyfully turn within. We connect with that deeper dimension that is within us, the Christ dimension, that which is new and innovative and visionary and loving. It all lives within us, just awaiting our expression of it. And so we let that joyful gratitude bubble up from within. Feel it warming your heart. Let your heart expand and be the container that holds this beautiful wine, the wine of joy, the wine of freedom, the wine of liberation from the past. And we let that wine spill out over beyond the heart and expand as we widen the container. We fill our bodies with the beauty of spirit, with the excitement, with the gratitude. And we let it move and expand and radiate beyond the body. Just imagine someone in your life that you would love to send this new wine to. This love in our hearts, the joyful gratitude. What a gift you can give to this person. What a blessing you can be in their life. And so let it radiate beyond the walls that surround you. And imagine blessing this person. See their eyes open in joy. And know that we are all divinely connected with each other, with the one presence, the one power that lives within us. That each one of us is here to be the presence of love, kindness, peace, oneness. That as we awaken to that truth, as we allow this new wine to flow from us, we transform not only ourselves, but we help to bring a better world into being. One that is safe for all. One that is kinder, more compassionate. So for the opportunity to pour this wine out from within us on this day, to be the presence in action, we give grateful thanks. And so it is. Amen.
I claim a blessing. In the morning when I get out of bed, I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. my head, I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. This is how I start the day, knowing good is on the way. I am claiming perfect health, love and laughter, friends and wealth. In the morning when I get out of bed, I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. Ooh. Before I even lift my head, I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. With conviction undeterred and power of the spoken word, take my life and redefine, break the shackles of my mind. In the morning when I get out of bed, I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. Ooh. Before I even lift my head, I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. I claim a blessing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I lift my thoughts to higher ground, knowing miracles are all around. Each day unfolds just as it should when I'm focusing on the good. Life is filled with opportunity. I wonder what good is coming to me. Yeah, I claim a blessing. I claim it. I claim a blessing. I claim it. Yeah, yeah. I claim a blessing. I claim it. I claim a blessing. I claim it. Bring it to me. Give it to me. Now bring it on me. I claim a blessing. I claim it. I claim a blessing.
So, thank you, Jane. So much to think about. And yeah, a new wine. Let's create a new wine. So, as I said earlier, Diane Riley had joined us, and Diane is always there to hold the high watch and hold your prayers. She's our prayer warrior, and she's been there for us for many years. Thank you, Diane, for your continued support. Please send your prayer request to praywithdiane@gmail.com. And Diane will reach out to you if you would like an individual prayer time with her, or she will hold your prayer for 30 days, 24 hours a day, and send them on to Silent Unity, where they are prayed over actively for another 30 days, 24 hours a day. So thank you, Diane, for your ever presence. Next week, we welcome Debbie back, fresh off her cruise to the Caribbean. I hope that she weathered that better than what we were seeing, and certainly in remembrance of Yvonne's family. She speaks of loving kindness. So, and Unity Halton Peel, we continue to support our neighborhood and our community. During the month of November, we're sending 25% of our tithe to Carpenter Hospice, 25% goes to Eden Food, and 50% goes to Unity Canada. So we continue to do that through the month of November. During the month of December, we will be sending a gift for our special season greeting and seasons of giving to a local family in Burlington whose 35-year-old father passed about 3 weeks ago now with cancer. There's 3 small children there and a mom, and the house was in need of repair. Dad's been sick for about 3 years. And so the Burlington dads have joined their forces to go in and offer their services to bring that house back up to good working order. And they're asking for donations for funds to help them support with the materials. Any money that's left over will be going to the family for their ongoing support. Their goal is $30,000, and looks like we're going to be able to send them about $1,200. So please continue to donate towards that. If you would like to make a donation in your normal, with your normal offering, please just put a note in the memo that a portion, whatever portion you'd like to go directly to the family. We will make sure that that happens. So thank you, thank you, thank you very much. And together we will bless the blessing of all these gifts that come to us, that allow us to continue on these Sunday morning services and to provide that support to our communities. Together, divine love, now flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And these funds are a blessing wherever they go in the world. And so it is. Thank you, God. And thank you all. I had a couple of inquiries about donations. For those that are new, if you're having any difficulty doing that interact, give us a call at the church office. That's the 289-707-3306. It's on the website. And we will also accept checks if the interact is difficult for you. So any other additional ways of giving Unity Halton Peel, we have it on the website, and but you're welcome to call the church office for assistance. I know for some the internet and the technological things are still difficult, so please call in and we'll help you if you can, if you like. If you're joining us for the first time, or you just need to be reminded how to find our newsletter or what's happening at Unity Halton Peel, it's on the website. And the newsletter is under Resources, Unity Halton Peel. And Unity Canada is there. Prayer requests can be sent in there and they go directly to Diane. So please come on to the website. Again, that's unityhaltonpeel.ca. It's time to renew your membership, and any of you that wish to become a member for the first time, please fill out that same form and we'll be in touch with you. Because we're so small, we're not having many formal classes, but we will offer an initiation introduction to Unity if you'd like that, if you'd like to join. Mark your calendars. Unity Canada's annual Advent discussion group will return on Zoom Wednesday from 1 to 3 and 10 a.m. to noon. And that's as of November 26 to December 17. It's almost here, guys. It's almost here. And those are our announcements for the week. Let's take a moment then before we finish with our closing out song and prayer to bless our children. Children and youth of Unity and of the world, we love you, we bless you, and we appreciate you just the way you are. I am grateful for all the children of the world and of Unity. The light, let's say together the prayer protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is. I am divine. And we close with Sue K. Riley and It's Love.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. can't be undone. I choose love. Peace in my family is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one loving family, sharing one sun. I choose love. Yes, I do. Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. I choose love. We are a part of each other. I choose love. We are one. One choice unites us. Let this be the one. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love.
Thank you for joining us this morning, and we look forward to being with you next Sunday. Mm-mm-mm.